Hello guys and girls, my name is Biffa and we are going to take a look at all the new things that are added to Cities Skyline Green Cities, the new DLC. It's finally here, so excited, so excited. And then we're going to look at all the buildings, all the assets, all the specializations, all the things. There's so much stuff to go through, so buckle in, grab your cup of tea, let's jump in. So some of the things that this little introduction screen runs through, which we'll go into in a bit more detail, is change to the way noise pollution works. We now have electric cars and things that are taken into consideration. There's a nice tweak to the info overlay, which we will go over. There's new parks, trees, props, electric cars, lots and lots of new parks and buildings to check out. We'll do that. Road modding, you can now make your own roads within the editor. We'll take a very brief look at that as well. Unique buildings and monuments. I've unlocked, I think, all of them, bar one, so I can show you all of those. I'll try and get the last one before this video's over. 3 new scenarios, 3 new maps. You know I love the scenarios, so check out my channel, subscribe and click the notification icon because I work through all the scenarios. I absolutely love those, and I'll be doing that starting tomorrow. New city policies as well, which can really try and help your citizens work towards being eco-friendly and green. And then new policies and new specializations, which will change a lot of the assets for all the different types of building, residential, commercial, industrial. We will check those out as well. So let me load up and show you some of the new buildings and parks. So here we are. I've put down some of the brand new buildings, unlocked as much as I can, and we're going to check these all out. So let's start off with the power buildings. You'll remember in the snowfall updates, there was the geothermal heating plant that was added. We now have in our electricity tab right here, the geothermal power plant, which looks very nice. Nice green energy, which is what we want. I will let you guys read through what it tells you on the screen there. A reasonable price, not a huge amount of power, but we're aiming to be green, and that is not going to be cheap. Next, we have the solar updraft tower. This is pretty large. I like this one. This is certainly going to stand out in your city, and I think that is a beautiful looking asset to build around. Very, very cool, very cool. And then finally in this section, we have the ocean thermal energy conversion plant, and that has been placed out over here. Here we go. That's this one. The ocean thermal energy conversion plant changes in water temperature, making electricity for the city. And this is I really like the look of that. It's got like a nice helipad on there as well. Haven't seen any helicopters coming or going just yet. Maybe we will in the future. Very nice, very nice. So, back to our water. Now, normally, let's have a look here. We have our normal water pumping station and water drainage pipe. Now, to help your city go green, we have the eco water outlet and the eco water treatment plant. Now, if you compare the differences between these, so the cost and the cost of this one here is obviously more. The upkeep is more. It's got the same output, I think, by the look of it. Oh no, half the output as well. 120,000, and that one is 60,000. So a big difference there, and the same for this one. The cost is a lot more. You can do the maths, you can read all the details there, but you can see they've got a nice sort of green hue to them, which I quite like. There we go. I turned off my colour correction that I had on, so you can see those a bit clearer. Nice and green. I really do like the look of those. Excellent. Let's have a quick look at these without my colour correction on. Yep. Very, very nice. So that is some changes to the way you are going to deal with water. Going to cost you some money, but yeah, it's going to be worth it in the end. What have we got here? Ah, yes, the recycling centre has been added now. Citizens can recycle more different kinds of waste. Is that grammatically correct? I don't know. Doesn't sound right to me, but I like this. You can see where they drive in, drop off all their recycling into the different things. And we also have this one here, which you probably spotted before, the floating garbage collector. I really like this one. So there we go. That's that one there. Goes out in the sea, collects trash and pollution in the water. Must be placed on water. That is a very cool looking item. I like that. Just floating around in there, scooping up your pollution. That is quite expensive. So £50,000, simoleon dollars, whatever you want to call it. Upkeep 1,120. But that is really going to help removing the pollution. If you haven't managed to afford these and you've got a nice polluted area, you can stick one of those in and that will certainly help. So that was some extra garbage collection options. Then we have some health options. Now, there's quite a few in this one. Let's scroll along here. So the first one we have is the Sports Hall and Gymnasium. There we go. A hall for sports with a gymnasium. There we go, as if the name didn't give it away. We have a community pool as well. So that's going to increase the health of those in the neighbourhood. And we have a yoga garden. I like this one. Oh, you can actually see them doing their yoga under there. We can get an angle. There we go. I've got no camera mods working on this update just yet. I'm sure that'll all be fixed when they come out. So this is the closest we can get. But they're really nice looking models. I do like those. Very nice. So some nice additions there to increase the health of your citizens. Now, next we have, under the schools, we have a couple of different schools. So we have a community school, the Institute of Creative Arts, and also a Modern Technology Institute. So let's have a look at those. So again, the prices are higher. This will be a replacement for the elementary school. It's got a slightly smaller capacity and it's got a bigger cost with it as well. But the bonuses of this one, it says an alternative, allows children a small and safe, noise pollution 0. What's that one there? I'm not sure what the positive benefit is of having that one, other than the fact it looks like it's green. Let's see if it says something on here. Small elementary school of the communal variety. Whether there's a bonus on that one, I'm not sure. I don't have access to the completed patch notes yet. That'll be interesting to see when we use that in our city. Institute of Creative Arts. There we go. That is a lovely looking building. I like that. Want to get lots of artists in our city. That is a very well designed asset. I do like those, looking good. And then finally over here, our Modern Technology Institute. We're really going high tech in our cities. Look at that, high tech and eco-friendly. Again, another beautiful looking model. Moving on to our transportation section. Sadly, we don't have biofuel powered planes yet, but we do have a biofuel bus depot. Works like a regular bus depot, but sends out biofuel buses. Now, that's something to keep in mind, because as we start talking about noise pollution in a moment, you might want to send out more biofuel and quieter buses to certain areas that also have electric cars, which are quieter as well. You can adjust the budget for these as you normally would, and change the lines and how much money you want and how many buses you want going to each one and that sort of thing. You'd be able to do that with your lines manager as always. So talking about the noise pollution, we'll quickly touch on that, because that has been, not that one there, noise pollution, that has been overhauled. Instead of just taking into consideration the size of the roads and that sort of thing, it now takes into consideration the types of cars that are driving around, whether they are electric cars, which some people would drive if you have the right zone or district policies set for them, the different district specializations. If they have electric cars and biofuel buses, then the noise pollution will be lower in that city. And that ties in with some of the policies that we've got as well, to only allow, let's have a look in our city planning, electric cars in an area, ban combustion engines, that sort of thing. But we will come back to that. Then we have some parks. We have the lovely tropical garden here, which is just for fun, as it was put in a developer diary. But then we also have 2 new parks over here. So we have this one here, which is the fishing island, which is nice. So they will get a boat over here, and it says it tricks the fish when in the description of this, with a nice little island here, and they can do some more fishing. And also we have the floating calf, which I really like this one. You come out, moor your boat, and have some nice dinner out here floating on the water. Very, very nice. So that's 3 new parks that you can use in your city to get everybody happy that they're eco-friendly. Now on to the unique buildings section of the additions that we have here. We have a bird and bee haven, a paradise for birds and bees. Let's have a look at that. There we go. Let's have a look at that. Lovely looking bird and bee sanctuary. See the apiaries over there. Little huts for spying on the birds and watching them. So that's one of the new unlocks. What does that give us? Let's have a look there. Bird and bee haven makes citizens happier as their plants get pollinated and birds eat nasty insects. Excellent. At level 2, we have the climate research station. I've struggled to unlock this one because I don't have a big enough city with enough farming specialization, and the normal unlock mods are not unlocking that one, but that is another one that's been added. Which has a nice visitor capacity as well. And that is also tied into one of the milestones here. You need to build that to work your way towards the ultimate recycling centre. So something nice and big to aim towards. I'm sure there's other things you need to build to unlock that as well. And I'll be working my way towards those in my LP, I am sure. At level... Let's have a look. What's the next one? Here we go. Level 4. We have the floating gardens, which I've put over here. I really like that one. Bobbing away on the water. That looks really cool with our different layers there. So that's going to attract some tourists over to that one. Layer 5. We have the ziggurat garden, which I've placed down over here. Now, there's a reason I haven't put water to these, which I'll come back to in a moment. That is absolutely beautiful layered garden. I can see with some of these, and this one here, I mean, you've seen it already. I might as well show you that one. There we go. That one is Central Park. I can see building these in my city as really big, nice centerpieces. They're beautiful to look at. Everybody likes a good Central Park with some plazas and the amphitheatre built in as well. That is looking splendiferous was the word that jumped to mind. Very cool, and they will give you an exceptionally large and fancy park and a magnificent garden in the shape of a pyramid. Very good. Now, the reason I've left these icons on is because there is a new option. If we go to our gameplay section, right down the bottom here, you can hide far away notification icons. So if you notice them there, normally in your city you would zoom out like that and you would see all these icons that were on because there's not enough power or there's dead-end roads or things like that. Well, if you wish to turn them off, you can zoom away and they do disappear. There we go, at a reasonable distance. And again, if you're zoomed out in your city, you're not going to see a sea of icons that you don't really need to see all the time. But that is very handy to have that option in the settings. Finally, as we mentioned, we have the ultimate recycling plant, which I'm going to work towards unlocking in my LP. So subscribe, don't miss out on my playthrough of Green Cities. And that just basically deals with all of your waste produced by your city. So as well as having your education, your happiness and your power and everything else paid for with these amazing monuments, you can now deal with all of your trash as well. So that'll be an excellent thing to work your way towards. So let's take a look at the new policies that have been added to your game. So first of all, on the services tab, we have the recycle plastic policy. So that gives a boost to your recycling centres. And it has a cost as well per week. So obviously there's a benefit, positive and a negative to all of these things. But if you can afford it, then really heading towards eco-friendly in the city. And then city planning. You can ban combustion engine in certain areas. It will take them a while, it says, to change over from their normal cars to the eco-friendly cars. And also it's worth reading that little pop-up there that some cars will still go into that area if they have to. But if they can avoid it, they will. We can then force people to have electric cars and switch over to it, which is very cool with that one. And there's little assets for that, which we'll take a look at in another city that I built. And then we can filter industrial waste as well. Less pollution. Obviously, there's a cost attached to that. Now, this is a little test city that I just threw together. So we could check out some of the new district specializations that we have. Let's just go through these. In the commercial specialization, we have organic and local produce. So produces 50% of sold goods locally. Truck traffic reduced 50%. Increased consumption of electricity. Reduced garbage. Let's take a look over here. We have some of those new assets building in as we speak. There we go. Healthy weeds. We've seen that one before. I don't know what this one's going to be over there. What have we got? A nice tiered garden. Whoa, there's buildings building up behind me. There we go. What's that one there? A nice neighbourhood shop. What's this one? Eco Style, the hostel. Oh, there we go. It's got nice garden roofs on there. This is like a cafe. Oh, Eco Mart. There we go. And what's this one coming in here? Quaint corner shop. And that's a police station. Oh, here we go. Look, we've got some more this side. Soy and lentils. The green shop. Oh, this is where people can come along and free charge. Yeah, that's right. Charge up their electric cars. Excellent. Oh, we've got tractors stopping off at the green shop. I like that. I like that. So, yeah, lots of new assets. Sorry for all the bobbing around. That was the Eco Mart. This is a green market that we've got over here. There we go. So lots of new assets for those. I do like those. Then if we go to the office specialization, I haven't got any of these in yet, but we have an IT cluster. I'm just wondering, do we have offices unlocked? So while we're talking, I might just pop some of those in there and see if we can get some of those to grow before we finish. Let's just do that. And let's pop in IT cluster, and then we'll come back to that. And then, obviously, for our residential, we have self-sufficient buildings. So if we have a look over here, look at all these lovely buildings. So, oh, that's one of the community schools. I think that fits in really well. Yeah, one of the benefits of that is it looks like it fits into an eco-friendly neighbourhood. But these lovely buildings, look at them. They're all modern, square designs. You've got solar panels on the top. People that live here are going to be using electric cars and things like that. But they look at the change. These look absolutely beautiful. The sort of things you'd see on grand designs. I love the look at all these eco buildings. Look absolutely fantastic. Let's see if we can find some of the electric cars. In fact, what I'll probably do is change the policy for the city planning. We're going to say electric cars. So let's try and get some of those. But there will be some around here somewhere. Let's see if we can find one. Tell you what I have found. The new Biofuel Buses. There we go. Got a very sleek look to them. I like them. I will try and find some of the biofuel cars, or the electric cars, beg your pardon, and show them to you before we move away from this city. So what else has been added? Let's have a look. Here we go. We've got a very nice IT cluster popping up here. And again, brand new assets for these offices. What have we got? Go Green Inc., Medical Research Inc., New Battery Technologies, Solar Panels Inc., Sunlight to Food Enterprises. There's a competition there. Absolutely lovely. Financial News, Smart Reads Inc. These are looking very sleek and wow, pretty big. Look at that. That is the new IT cluster. That's this one here. Specialization for your districts. And oh wow, they are looking very nice. It's the first time I've seen some of those. Look at that. What an amazing downtown IT cluster district. Fantastic. So what else is new in the game? Let's take a look. We have 3 new maps available. Eden Valley, Garden Rivers, and Lavender Lake. And there's also 3 new scenarios. I'm going to be picking one of these to play through. These are really going to get you into using all the new ecological stuff. City of Gardens, Cleanup Crew. So a lot of fixing to be done there, and green power. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into one of those. Right, we have found some electric cars. We've got the Edison Model W in front and the Edison Model Z behind. I think that's the 2 new ones that are added. I haven't seen any more yet, but I've told my entire city to switch over to these. So what the heck is that? Personal electric transport ride. Oh my goodness. Oh, I wish I could zoom in a bit more on that. Oh, I've got my camera mod working. We can have a look at this thing. Look at that. It's like a space age personal electric device. Look at that. That is very, very cool. I don't know whether the asset's finished on that or not. It looks a little bit square, doesn't it? I think there's a little bit of work left to go on that one. But that is a very, very cool addition to the game. Oh my goodness me. Let's see if we can follow that one along. You can even hear, listen to the sound of it. It's got like a whirring little electrical engine sort of sound on it. That is, that is absolutely brilliant. Looking around the city, and there are quite a few other models as well. They've got the same name, but they look different. There's one going past. You can hear it making that whirring sound. Absolutely love it. What's this one here? Yep. Edison car model. Very good, very good. Really adds a bit of life to your city to go. Hang on a second. What's this here? A Jeep. You're not fitting in with the eco-ness of our new city. Please leave. So, what is free and what do you get in the paid DLC? Well, I've got a little list here. This may not be totally conclusive, like I say. Things may change, but I'll tell you what I know now. What do you get in the free update? You get 3 new parks, as we looked at, the tropical park and the 2 floating parks. You get the new tweaks to the info view. So as you're building, normally an info view is automatically selected, where you can then change the info view but still build whatever item you're building. So if you're trying to find, for instance, a good place to put your natural resources, or you want a zone, so normally, there we go, the zone info view would pop up for that, but you can change that to the natural resources and say, yep, I'm going to zone that one, and I'm going to give it the farming specialization. So that will help. That is in the free update of the game. New assets, as we can see, with the new cars driving around in your city. Also included is the option in the gameplay settings to hide icons at a distance, which we spoke about before. The road modding in the editor, which we'll take a quick look at, is also included. And one more thing, which I haven't mentioned, let me just quickly put down some railway tracks. I think this is going to be a very cool addition. So let's build like that. Let's build like that. So we've got a junction. Now, you know when you have roads, you can click down here and you can adjust your stop signs and your junctions. Let's come out of that and try that again. There we go. You can go to your junctions and you can turn on and off traffic lights and stop signs and all that sort of goodness. Well, you can now do that on your railway lines as well. We don't get traffic lights, but we get stop signs, which we can help to move our traffic. Let's put those on. Move our train traffic around the city, and it's giving you actual signals. Wow, that is very, very nice. I do like that, and that is really going to help with your train setup. So that is also included in the free update. Let's have a quick look at the road modding. So from the main menu, if you go to editors and asset editor and select make a new one, you can pick whatever type of map that you want. And after this is loaded up, we now have a new option for road down here. Now you can pick a road to start with, which you can then adjust. So let's just pick large avenue with trees. There we go. So we can paint our road in here. There we go. And we can take a look at that. And now we have all of these options along here to change everything about that road. Obviously, we have all the different settings depending on what type of road you're making. Let's stick with this one here. So if you open this up, you can change the properties on absolutely everything. I mean, I'm not going to go through every single setting on here, but there is so much. There is so much. So one down here that's easy to see. We can see our lanes on the road. If I start clicking these, there we go. It's now one way. And we're removing the lanes. There we go. We've removed everything. So obviously if you do that in reverse, you'll be adding sections to your road. In fact, we can make this a totally plain road. There we go, with absolutely nothing on it at all. But yeah, you need to adjust all of those for all the different types of road that you can make with this elevated bridge, slope and tunnel. But that is available in the free update as well. I'm going to be very excited to see what sort of roads people are going to start coming up with this new addition to the asset editor. So when can you get your hands on this update? Thursday the 19th. I don't know the price yet. The links will be in the description below. Hit the big B with the T stain to subscribe to my channel. We're going to be playing through all the scenarios and looking at all the new maps. I have long-running series of City Skylines on my channel, so check those out. Don't miss out. If you enjoyed this look at all the new additions to the Green Cities DLC, please leave a like. That is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Let's enjoy City Skylines Green Cities together. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.